Hello, I'm at Tourism Innovation Summit with
Hannah.
and yeah, we're going to speak all about Curated Planet. So, could you introduce yourself and tell me a bit more about what you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the accounts manager at Curated Planet. We're largely a communications platform. So we have a desktop communication, and we also, on the side of that, build mobile applications. And probably most interesting is the pain points that we try to solve through our technology. We work with large-scale day tour operators who run complex businesses in the sense that their guests on a morning of every tour struggle to make the tour. Whether that's they're lost, they can't find the pickup point, they're hungover and still in bed and haven't made it. And so our communication channel basically channels every type of communication, so your WhatsApp, your SMS, your email, your mobile app chat into one single thread, which puts the guest on the ground in communication with their guide on the ground, and also the office staff who want to oversee the operational team, the guides on the ground. So the way it kind of works is if a guest is running late, they can message their chat, and that message goes to their guide and to the operational staff, and whoever's quick enough to reply can reply. If the guest replies to a WhatsApp message from a tour operator, that also comes back into the same thread, same for SMS, same for email, so the whole team are replying from think of it like a shared inbox, organised tour by tour. And then the other part of what we do, so the app's optional, guests don't need to actually have it on them. Any way they communicate comes back into our system. But yeah, the other part of what we do is automate communications a lot. So we take the regular booking confirmation, the booking updated email, the booking reminder, and we improve them tenfold. We use really rich HTML, we upsell in them, and we can upsell based on the booking data that we receive. So if we know a family with 2 children have booked a tour in Paris, at the end of their tour, we can upsell them a child-friendly tour for that evening. We're not going to upsell them the bar crawl because there's kids on the booking. Mm-hmm. So our system is smart enough to read the data and then upsell from that, which is obviously incredible for tour operators who need to make extra revenue from upsells and cross-sells. And another big bonus to the operators is that they can use review links. So again, when a tour ends, we automate all reviews on a tour-by-tour basis across different mediums. So TripAdvisor, Google, we support all of that. So that's a really quick nutshell of the communication and mobile assistance that we provide.
Great, that's fantastic. And this is global?
Yes, around the world. We have clients in Europe, Asia, South America, North America at the minute. We're finding the South American market is the most interesting to us. It's where we see the most pain points. A lot of the time it's Europeans and Americans traveling to South America and they're not accustomed to the way that tour operations run down there. Everything is a little slower perhaps, and guests tend to freak out at that. They don't understand why the bus isn't there immediately. So that market is perfect for us. We target that, and we really go in and improve their operations, increase their revenue, and just generally give guests a better customer service.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a cross-cultural thing to make going somewhere as easy as it would be to do a tourist thing in your own country.
Exactly. It's as if it's easy. You're putting communication with your guest, with your guide, with the operations staff. It kind of makes everything streamlined. It sets a base standard of service for the guests, and they really appreciate being able to communicate so easily. And I've done it many a times where I've been on a tour, and even though you get given the meeting point, you still freak out a little bit if you get to that meeting point and there's nobody there that looks like they're going on the tour with you, and the guide isn't there, and you do immediately then go try find that old email and that phone number, and you ring it, and nobody probably answers because they're busy. So no matter how well traveled you are, or how confident you are at being in the right place at the right time, people still freak out, and that's where we're trying to solve them and upsell along the way.
That's great. When was the company founded?
We were founded in 2018, so we've been working on this for a good 6 years. When we started, a lot of what we did was focusing on the mobile application primarily. So today, customers who do download the app, it's not mandatory, but if they do, they get a really nice digital itinerary we suggest places for them to stop, and it's all customized by the tour operator, so the tour operator might want them to go to a certain restaurant and so that was primarily our focus for, I'd say, the first 4 years, and that's really nice and it's shiny and lovely, but we decided that there was more to solve than just providing them with a nice digital itinerary, and that's when we sort of flipped into more communication. So now the communication system is higher on our list, and then the app sits nicely with it. So the past 2 years we've been primarily focusing on the communication, and the lovely digital itinerary and marketing catalogue that the tour operators we work with get is an added bonus.
Great, that sounds good. So what's your main aim for being a Tourism Innovation Summit?
We're looking for day tour operators. We've just come back from Arrival in Orlando, and we had an excellent conference there. We were told we needed to come here and tap into the European market a little bit more, on the Spanish market, which is great. A lot of all of our notifications are bilingual, so we can send out Spanish notifications. So for the Spanish operator, we're very familiar with that setup. So that's pretty much what we're here to do, find more large-scale, complex day tour operators.
Great, yeah, I was going to ask, how does it work across languages?
Yeah, multilingual. So we automatically translate every notification based on the user's telephone number, so we can decipher their home region, and then we auto-translate all notifications into their given language. Which works great. A lot of the time in the LATAM countries, the guide will only speak Spanish as well, and he's largely going to speak to the guests in Spanish. But if we already have that language flow existing, it's perfect. So yeah, any language.
That's great. So where do you see the company going in a year or two's time?
Yeah, sure. We'd like to be back here. I think we'll always do these travel conferences. You just can't miss them. You meet existing clients, you refresh your commitments to everybody, you meet new people. So I think next year I definitely want to focus on the LATAM market for sure. There's so many pain points there. But I think we're growing and growing. We're super busy at the minute, and there's nothing holding us back from Europe and the rest of the world. But if I had to pick a focus, it's probably going to be South America.
Great. Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
No, I think that's pretty much it. If you have a favourite tour operator, you should Google them in the App Store and see if they exist. And if they do, they're probably working with us, which is cool. And that's usually free for you to download. All of our tour operators have their own app in the App Store, and it's free for everybody to download, whether you're going on a tour with them or not, which is a really neat way to look through upcoming things.
So can you book on the app?
You can. We don't handle payments, but there is the ability to browse. We have what we call a catalogue section. So if you're not on a current tour, you haven't got any tours coming up, you can go and check out where you might like to go and what you might like to do, and you can click through, and we tend to direct link to the tour operator's billing widget. So it'll open straight into the calendar, and the user then would just click to pay and then enter their bank details. We don't handle the banking, but it's just a deep link to that system.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by to talk to me.
Thank you.